It's good to see me, isn't it? Y'all, it's Christmas! Like, what the heck? Okay, so usually I do my weekly video of Welcome to Derry, and I missed episode 5, which was the big grand reveal, which is what we've all been waiting for. And I think it's quite surprising that I didn't post a video last week. We're going to get into it today, along with episode 6. Now, before we talk about the show, theories, the recap, the spoilers, you guys, it's December, so you know what time it is. It is time, thank you Zozo, for the Advent calendar. So let's open it together. Where is number 1? I had to break it open. It's like melted, what the heck? It's upside down. Upside down. I see a little bit of what it is. I had to eat my way through it. It's a Christmas tree. Okay, so let's get into episodes 5 and 6 of Welcome to Derry. You guys, Pennywise finally revealed himself. Oh my God, we got Mrs. Kirsch. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of spoilers, so just beware before you watch this. Mrs. Kirsch has been running around town dressed like Pennywise, scaring the kids. She was the one in the cemetery. Okay, so that's episode 6. But episode 5, I will, the reveal for Pennywise when he slid down that pole, I was so happy. That's just my favorite episode. Every episode gets better and better, and that was amazing. I was living my best life. It just brought back so much nostalgia. And then we got Stranger Things. Like, guys, both of my husbands are back on TV. Pennywise and Vecna. Like, I'm just living my freaking life. And I was actually in Derry the other day. Yeah, because they film it here. Oh, so I went through the whole town. I got to go to because they filmed the It movies here, and Welcome to Derry is filmed here as well. And it just was so cool seeing it all in person. So when I was watching episode 6, I could really see the places that I was at. They showed a little bit of the town, the library, and the street that Charlotte was driving down to pick up Will. I was just on that street the other day. So anyways, I have a whole vlog that I posted for my members, so if you want to check it out. So just to kind of, go back to episode 5 for a little bit, because I do want to focus more on episode 6, but Marge has really redeemed herself in my eyes. I really like that she apologized to Lily. I really thought that she was going to actually blame Lily for the eye situation and then make Lily look even more crazy than she already looks. I thought that she would be sent back to Juniper Hill Asylum, but no, Marge did not blame Lily whatsoever. It wasn't Lily's fault anyways, but I thought that she was going to do it, for the patty cakes, but no. So yeah, I was like, okay, I see you. Like that made me like her a lot more. Now I love her in episode 6. Okay. Also love how she calls herself an ex patty cake. Like, yes, thank you. Now let's talk about Maddie. This is so embarrassing. They fooled me with Maddie. Not at the beginning. When he first appeared, I was like, that's Pennywise. He looked all gray and stuff. And then he just kept talking and, and I was like, you know what? Maybe he really is alive. And then he was talking about how Phil is still clinging on to life. He's like barely alive. He can't talk. So I was like, oh my God, did Phil really survive? I thought there was hope. And no, they fooled me with that. But in the beginning, when he first came out, I was like, nope, that is Pennywise. But when he was saying how Pennywise sleeps during the day, I was kind of like, what the heck? No, he doesn't. But I still fell for it. And that was just the most amazing reveal when he's, spinning around. Why is there a pole in a sewer, by the way? But it's just that whole transition from Maddie to Pennywise. It was perfect when Pennywise, just jumped down and then there was a spotlight on him. At least that's what I saw. And that was the most perfect grand entrance, grand reveal. And it made me so happy. It made all of us happy. That was the moment that we were all waiting for. So, and then when we saw Phil's body, Teddy's body, Susie's body, it's confirmed that they are dead. What happened at the Capitol Theater in the first episode? But no, there was a part of me like, okay, well, if Phil could really be clinging on to life, but can't believe I fell for that. But a lot of people did fall for it. But like I said, I thought it was Pennywise when he first walked out, but yeah, they got me. Okay, so episode 6, I thought it was the most chill episode. I thought, though, it was filled with, there was a lot of lore, a lot of backstories, which I think was really necessary to continue on with the series. I think it was just, very There's a lot of happy moments, a lot of happy times. I love Rich. Oh my God. I think he's gonna die though. That boy was having way too much fun in this episode. I think he's gonna die. I love him and Marge together. Like, I love their story. I love when he was helping her with her eye. But I think he's gonna die. I think Ronnie might die. When she was reunited with her dad, that was great. I think her dad's gonna die. I don't think Lily's gonna die. She's gonna be the only one who survives. Will's gonna live. But Rich, I don't think he's gonna live. We got a lot of lore about Mrs. Kirsch, Ingrid, and it was, last episode we found out that she's actually Mrs. Kirsch, and she was the woman who was having an affair with Hank. Mrs. Kirsch. So I actually really like her. She's just really creepy and I like her. So first of all, Mrs. Kirsch, Ingrid Kirsch, she is Pennywise's daughter. Not actually his daughter though. Pennywise takes the form of her father, Bob Gray. So he appears as her father. And she's like obsessed with him, and she lures children to Pennywise just so she can have a glimpse of her father, even though that's not her father, but she just wants to see him. So she dresses like a clown herself, like Pennywise, and she's been the one that's been, lurking in the shadows. So that was kind of a surprise for me. I was like, what? That was her? That was her peeking around the bushes? That was her in the cemetery? But it was her in the cemetery. Like, that's creepy. But she just wanted to see her dad. I loved the whole black and white flashback in 1935. So creepy, but I got chills. And then Pennywise, when he was talking to Mabel, it's at Juniper Hill Asylum. Mrs. Kirsch was the nurse, and she was led to Pennywise, and then, yeah. I thought, though, when Pennywise started chasing Mabel and Mrs. Kirsch, the scene, I just got chills. That really, I was like, oh! I had to keep rewinding it and just freeze for a moment. When he pauses, he just holds still, and then he's like, and then he just keeps going. I thought that was really creepy. Just him, he's chasing them, crazy with his mouth all wide open and everything. Then he just pauses, and then, he acts all crazy. But he is crazy. But that whole scene, I loved how Pennywise's eyes were the only thing in color, and then the red balloon, obviously, and the blood. So that was a really intense scene. I also loved in this episode when Marge was standing up to the patty cakes and, showing her eye and saying that she's crazy. So I really like her now. I didn't like her in the beginning. She really bothered me. I was like, she is not a friend to Lily, but no, she's really redeemed herself, and I love her with Rich. But this episode was almost too happy. There were too many joyful moments, and there was a reason for that. Because the whole show is not going to be all joyful and, cheerful and everything. The next episode, the way it ended, that cliffhanger, you're telling me I got to wait another week to figure out or to see what happens? It's going to be crazy. So, no, I think, is it 2 more episodes or 3? I think it's 2 more episodes. I think they're going to be so brutal. So unbelievably brutal, gory, insane. This was like our little breather, our little break. Do I think it was better than the 5th episode, though? Because I keep saying every episode gets better and better. No. The 5th episode is still my favorite, but when I got to kind of really sit back and think about episode 6, because I really did enjoy it. I loved it. It was fantastic. With all the lore, and it's what we need to know. It's building up to the big finale. And it was just so nice to see everybody kind of happy, just enjoying themselves, singing, having a good time, drinking that Coke, It was nice to see that, but there's a reason for that, because it's not going to last long, obviously, and I think a lot of focus was on Rich in this episode. There's a reason for that, so I don't think he's going to survive. Oh my God, and Dick Halloran, that man has gone completely crazy. Ever since he was in the sewer, he has just lost his mind, and I get it. I don't, see what he sees. He's just really trying to separate himself from everything that's going on. And getting into Charlotte, I think Charlotte did the right thing, taking Will after what, Leroy just having that crazy response to Will. I wasn't expecting that. And I love Charlotte. She's such a queen. I hope Charlotte lives, but I feel like she might die too. they're not sugarcoating anything, and that's what I really like about the show, the series. They're just like, just look at the first episode. We all thought they were the new Losers Club, but they weren't. No, I think it's going to be intense. The last 2 episodes, or last 3 episodes. I guess it's the last 2. I don't know. I keep thinking it's, I don't know. Anyways, what has been your favorite episode? Are you excited for Christmas? Like, life is so good. I am having the time of my life. My 2 favorite horror icons are back on our TVs at the same time. Like, I'm just living. I was in downtown Derry. Like, I'm just living. I just feel so great. It's almost Krampus not, like, it's just fantastic. I hope this month goes by slow because I love Christmas time so much. And anyways, you're going to see a lot of me this month. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, you rock my world. In the song lyrics, Michael Jackson, #team, Brittney44, #BrittleBruns. Hey! And I will see you in my next video. Bye!